Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, a place for investors and entrepreneurs. Today I'm going to share with you a book I've just finished about self-improvement, Rich Kids, How to Raise Our Children to be Successful and Happy. This is really not in my content plan, but throughout the book I constantly felt inspired. He also writes a number of tips on how the rich live their daily lives, get things done, and build relationships. So if you find yourself unhappy, procrastinate, or having difficulty building relationships, I highlighted some of the tips and tricks from this book so that you can start building your rich habits. Let's get started. First of all, the genius gene. In the book, it mentions that we humans are the only species that are blessed with a unique gift: turn thoughts into reality. If you spend your life creating, you're probably one of the happiest and most fulfilled of all human beings. Most people are, in fact, unhappy. There was a famous writer named Henry David Thoreau who said, "Most men lead lives of quiet desperation because they're struggling financially." The reason they're struggling financially is because either they're living beyond their means or they're doing something they don't particularly like. So how to turn that around? You need to find your life purpose. I don't want you guys to think that I'm here to lecture you guys. I just want to share some of the ideas and practices in this book I used that really helped me see things more clear. I wish I came across this in my life a little bit earlier. That really solves a lot of my problems. So for example, if you're in your 20s and you're trying to figure out what you want to do, and some of the ideas and practices in this book really help you see things more clear, and it provides you a process on how to find out what you want to do. This is really good starting point. Instead of just talking, I'm going to try to show you what I did. First of all, I created a list in the first column. This list includes the activities I did before that made me happy. For example, playing tennis, writing, or investing. Then I highlighted the activities that need a skill. For example, playing tennis needs tennis skills. Travel to India needs planning skill. Writing needs writing skills, etc. Then I moved on to the second column. I assigned a job category to each of the highlighted activities. For example, it can be a tennis player or tennis coach if you like playing tennis. You can become a blogger if you like traveling. Or you can become a book writer, copywriter, or blogger if you like writing. Then in the third column, I ranked my happiness level of each activity, 1 being the happiest. So for me, I feel thrilled when I play tennis. I enjoy writing to express my thinking and make an influence. Or I feel happy when I'm making money at the market. Of course, you can't just build your career on whatever makes you happy. You need to think about the income potential as well. That's what the fourth column is used for. It ranks the income potential for different careers, 1 being the highest. Every job can make you a millionaire if you're at the top of the pyramid. So I just did a rough research on how the average pay is like for each job. The last step is to add up your happiness level and income potential. Then you have your life purpose. For me, an investment associate or consultant has a score of 4, which ranked at the top, followed by writer. I used to be a software engineer. Even though it ranked second in terms of income potential, I don't find myself fulfilled about doing the job. So doing this early in your life would definitely help you choose wisely about your future. So that's the little practice I use to figure out my life purpose. Not by any means does it say it's 100% accurate, but it really lets you look into your past self to see what interests you, what motivates you, and then combine with the income potential to give you a list of what you want to do in the future. Back to where we were, say now you've done the little practice, you may have an idea of where you want to go, then you might be wondering, what next? And here's step number 2, set goals. It's like what they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I used to struggle with achieving my goal. Even worse, I just gave up the whole goal setting altogether because I find it so frustrated in this goal setting process. What this book really inspires me is that the heart of the problem when people think they're setting goals, they're actually making a wish. A typical New Year resolution is that I'm going to save X dollars of income this year, and usually in the middle of this year you find you're not even getting close to achieving your goals, and you feel frustrated, incompetent, lack of focus, or even doubt that you may have poor work ethic. In fact, failure to achieving your income goal may have nothing to do with your work ethic or competence. Instead, it has everything to do with confusing a wish as a goal. What I learned from this book is that the goal is only a goal when it involves a physical action. And a goal is only a goal when it's 100% achievable. So for example, if I make a wish of saving $10,000 this year, this means you need to save $193 per week. Then you need to ask yourself, am I 100% sure I can do it? You may think depositing $150 per week of your paycheck is totally doable. For the rest of the $43 a week, you may consider applying for a 3% cashback credit card, cut on your unnecessary spending on clothes and shoes, or to start taking the bus. Eventually, your goal becomes saving $193 a week instead of saving $10,000 this year. This is called an action goal. With an action goal, you know exactly what you're going to do and you make sure this is achievable. One of the most important differences between the rich and the poor is rich people use certain strategies to help them stay positive and avoid negative thinking. We really have two brains. The two main parts are conscious and the subconscious. Both drive our behaviors in life. The conscious is willed behavior, stuff we can control at will. The subconscious is habitual or automatic behavior, stuff that's outside of our control. 40% of all our daily activities are habits. We're all in zombie mode 40% of the time. Without much thought, we're either on the path to creating wealth or on the path to creating poverty. Rich habits and poverty habits are both stored in the basal ganglia in our brain. The way the subconscious talks to us is through something called intuition. Intuition is the little voice in our head that tells you what to do or what not to do. When you're a positive thinking mindset, intuition works. For example, if you're grateful for the money you make, no matter how large or small the amount is, you're telling your subconscious that you like making money. And your subconscious will work in line with you to alter your behavior so that eventually it brings you more money. If you have negative thinking, your intuition won't actually help you. It will actually work against you by telling you to do things that are consistent with your negative thinking. For example, you're constantly telling yourself you don't have enough money, then your intuition will always work to make sure that you don't have enough money. It's not entirely our fault to have negative thinking. From the time we started learning to walk, we had negative programming from our parents. Our early lives were filled with no's and can'ts and all sorts of negative thinking. No, you can't have that toy. We don't have that money. Don't play with the matches, you'll get burned. We can't go to Disney like the Ryan's family because they're rich and we're not. Eat your food. There are people in Africa starving right now. All these negative programming filled us with doubt, worry, jealousy, and envy. We grow up to be fearful and ungrateful, and it stays with most of us for our entire lives. It whispers in our ears, advising us, guiding us in an effort to give us more of what we think about and believe. When we're in a negative, ungrateful state, that voice inside our head, our intuition, is telling us to do things that will keep us poor, worried, and jealous of others. We need to shift to a positive, grateful, optimistic mindset. You do this by controlling your emotions. Love is the most powerful emotion. Love makes us do things that we would never otherwise do. To help emotionalize it, think about a person or try to remember something you did with that person that was so much fun and made you happy. That triggers the love emotion. Gratitude is another powerful, rich emotion. When we make a daily habit out of being grateful, our subconscious thinks we want more things to be grateful about. Think about anything you received that made you happy. This triggers the gratitude emotion. It's really not that hard if you or you want your kids to be successful and happy. What you really need to do is to tip your seesaw in the right direction. For example, if you're in the middle class and you want to be more wealthy, then you just need to add a few more rich habits and eliminate those poverty habits. And this brings me to the next great tip in this book, building good relationships. We're only as successful as the people we spend time with. Successful people have a lot of relationships. They develop these relationships over time through networking, volunteering, etc. These people are positive, optimistic, and don't gossip about others. There are 4 tips that I give from this book that can help you build strong relationships. First, hello call. You want to learn as much as you can about each of your relationships. In a conversation, always think about others instead of yourself. In reality, most people think only one thing during the conversation, themselves. Really listening in a conversation sets you apart from most people. Use the 5-1 rule. Listen for 5 minutes, talk for 1 minute. Second, happy birthday and life event calls. To each of us, our birthday is important. When you wish someone happy birthday, it says they're important to you. If someone you know had a baby, graduated from university, got a promotion or a new job, calling them grows the roots of the relationship tree deeper. Networking. Yes, networking. When you network the right way, you gain friends, customers, and clients. It translates to more success in life and more money. There are a number of ways to network. Become a speaker, join a non-profit organization, volunteering, writing, socializing. I won't go into lengthy talk about how to do them here. If you're interested, I provided a link below so that you can get more valuable tips from this book. There are a number of other great tips in this book, such as Rich Etiquette, How to Set Your Expectations, Future Mirror Strategies. I don't really have time to share all of these in this video, but if you're interested, I provided a link in the description below so you can check that out yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, or leave a comment in the comment section below. I hope to see you in the next video.